Welcome to East Coast Elk Reviews today. There's Josh. There he is. Today we got another Rate That Beer. This is episode 3, live community beer reviews. So just like to thank the panel for being here. Bumpy Road Brewery, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Josh from Last Beer, thanks for hopping on, man. Cheers, man. All right, so yeah, let's get down to it. I'll throw up Bumpy. Bumpy can show us what he's got to review today.
All right. So from Smut Labs, which is the small batch brewery for Smutty Nose, they do like tester beers, basically. Try different things, put it out to the public, and see how it goes before becoming a standard Smutty Nose brew. This one's called Chocolate Banana Split. It is an Imperial Stout coming in at 8% ABV. It says it's a stout brewed with cacao nibs, banana puree, and vanilla extract. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Smutty Nose. All right. I'll go ahead and open it up and pour it out.
Sounds good. Hopefully it's as good as that peanut butter one.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it pours with a kind of light chocolatey head, fairly tight bubbles, kind of frothy on top, but it looks like it may break down to just a ring around the top here. And the color of the beer itself, well, I get some kind of caramel type hues down in the reservoir, so it's a deep brown. So, Cheerios.
Looks good, man.
Flavors.
Ooh, huh? Sounds good, man. No, I said looks good. Cheers, man. All right. Throw up Josh. See what Josh has got to bring to the channel today.
All right. Oh, echo.
Oh, yeah. Let me turn my speaker down a little bit.
So from Short Throw Brewing at North Haven, Connecticut, in collaboration with Narrow Gauge, which they're out of Missouri. I think so. They're out of Missouri. I have the Rooftop Money. So it's an Imperial Stout with marshmallow, vanilla, toasted coconut, and coffee, coming in at 12.5%. Canned on November 2nd, 2021. So, see how she is. Hopefully she's a thick one. Oh yeah. Pour it up. So nice jet black appearance. Pretty dark head on this one, like a mocha. Less than a finger head on there. I can smell the flavors already from here. Look, I even put my nose up to it. So yeah, I can't wait to crack into this one and see how she tastes. So cheers.
Cheers, man. Looks good. 12.5%. That's a beefy one, huh?
Yeah, 12.5. Yep, 12.5. Yeah.
Cool. We all got Imperial Stouts.
Yep.
All right. So I'll toss myself up here. So today I have another beer by Proclamation Ale Company. This is their Slumber Barrel Aged Imperial Stout with vanilla, coffee, and cacao nibs. I'm actually just going to share the website really quick so I can get a little bit more of an insight on this beer. So, yeah, you guys can see it, right? All right. So, barrel-aged Imperial Stout, aged in Woodford Reserve bourbon barrels and conditioned with vanilla, coffee, and cacao nibs. 10% ABV. I did pay $10 for a 375. It says 10% ABV, but I believe the ABV on this does change because mine says 11%. So, hold on, let me drop the share so you guys can see. pull myself up over here. So yeah, this one is 11%. So I do believe that they do this, and sometimes they get a little bit of a different ABV. But cool label. Yeah, I think it kind of, I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but like someone sleeping up against a tree.
Binary.
Yeah. All right, I'll crack this open. So yeah, they have like 3 or 4 different bomber bottles. Well, this one isn't a bomber, but they have a 750 that goes for $20. I decided to grab the smaller one because I also picked up some other beers by then. So just to try it out, grab this one. Got my little snifter glass here, Trillium. Gonna pour this up. A little bit of smoke coming out of it. Looks nice and thick. All right, definitely a brown head. I thought it was actually going to produce a little bit more of a head. Definitely pitch black motor oil color. Can't see through it at all. It actually does say, it does specify that it is unfiltered, may contain sediment. So looks pretty good. Excited to try this. I really enjoyed their IPAs, but let's see how they do with barrel aged imperial stouts. So we'll bring Bumpy back up, and Bumpy can give us a little bit of a review, and we'll do ratings after. We'll do reviews, and then everybody will do a review, and then we'll toss up some final ratings. After that, everybody will toss up some shout outs. So pretty straightforward. So Bumpy, go for it.
All right. So when the head went down, it left some nice lacing around the top of the glass there. It is just a ring around the top, and some aromas out of this now. See, I'm a little bit stuffed up right now, so this is it's really hard to pull anything out in the aromatics. I do get this kind of chalky chocolate. There's a dull banana. That's about it. It's like this kind of chalky chocolate and dull banana. Maybe in the flavors it will come out more. Cheers.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Yeah, it's like a medium body, lower side carbonation. You get some chocolate notes, a little bit of banana note in there. Tail end, I'm starting to actually pick up on some metallic type flavors.
Doesn't sound like you're too impressed with it so far.
Yeah, it's not a wowing brew. I actually had a sip of John's because we went to Smutty Nose Brewery and he had this one on tap, and it gave off a lot more banana and everything. Like I said, I am a little bit stuffed up right now. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but no, this is really straight up tasting a lot weaker than it did when it was on tap. Yeah, pretty pathetic chocolate. Banana is hardly noticeable on the palate. I noticed the banana more with my nostrils. And those things are not quite functioning right. So,
any roastiness, coffee, anything like that?
say there's some like roasted barley type note in there. It's just overall it's just kind of weak on the flavors, and then it does have that kind of metallic pickup at the finish with a lingering kind of bitterness to it. Yeah. I had a couple of beers prior to drinking this, and they had more flavor, like the Pilsner Urquell. Tastes like it's been tasting. Torpedo IPA tastes like the Torpedo always tastes like. And this just tastes really weak.
Draft version was way better.
The draft version seemed to have more kick to it, more chocolate note, a richer, sweeter chocolate, and actual banana flavor. So I don't know how old this can is, because that's the date right there.
Oh, it's all smudged.
Yeah.
All right. Did you get a single can of this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did a mixed 4-pack. So grabbed this one and a few others. Yeah. I mean, I'll continue to drink on it.
That's
If
great.
I notice anything, if my nose clears up or anything like that, then I'll try to get more flavors out of it if I can. But I don't know. Like I said, I could taste the other beers perfectly fine just a little bit ago. So at this point, I'm just disappointed in the beer.
Yeah. No, I hear you. Sounds like it.
Yeah. All right. Can move on. Like I said, I'll just continue to sip on it. And
All right.
try to find something
Cool,
else out
man.
of it.
Cool. All right, Josh. You ready?
I am ready.
All right.
Alrighty. So, Rooftop Money, short throw, collaboration with Narrow Gauge. The head dissipated very quickly, like a fingernail maybe head on there. On the nose, a lot of chocolate, like milk chocolate. Get a lot of that dark roast coffee, some vanilla. Trying to see if I can pick up some of that coconut. Yeah, it's mostly like chocolate and coffee dominant with some of that vanilla right off the bat. It smells delicious. Yeah, I don't really pick up coconut on the nose. Sometimes that's kind of hard to pick up. But yeah, definitely like a milk, very like milk chocolate. Like this smells like a dessert beer, like a pastry style. No booze off the aromas here, but yeah, let's get into the taste of this guy. So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, Josh. Hey, what's up, Paulo? Good to see you here, man. Appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, so right off the bat, that's a lot thinner than I thought it was going to be when I poured it out. But right off the bat, you get that roasty coffee note. You get that milk chocolate. A little bit of that. You get that vanilla bean. I'm not really picking up too much coconut.
Yeah.
Mouthfeel is probably, I would say medium. I don't think it's not full bodied. Yeah, now I'm kind of on the back end. I'm picking up a little of that coconut. Booze is there. You kind of get that heat from that booze, that 12.5%.
Yeah, a little bit of burn with it.
Yeah, I kind of feel it going down a little bit. Not as thick as
Cheers, Tommy Carroll. You see that, Bobby?
Right. I don't have any gin left.
Yeah, this is definitely a pastry type stout. Very dessert forward. Coffee, chocolate, vanilla, with a smidge, in my opinion, of that toasted coconut. You definitely do get that warming sensation, that little alcohol burn going down. Definitely a sipper for sure. Yeah, it's good. I mean, all those flavors you taste, what they describe, like I said, except for that coconut. Um, I mean, I guess if I'm a big coconut person, so I mean, if you're not a big coconut person, I would like to see a little bit more coconut, and maybe a little bit thicker mouthfeel in this one. But yeah, I think all those flavors mash pretty. There's like some like alcohol sheen on. Can't really see it on camera, but it's got like a brownish hue on the side. We kind of go on the kind of swirl it around, but yeah, this is good. I mean, I kept it. Well, I just got it today, so it was sitting on the shelf, so it was at room temperature. You're supposed to keep a lot of the stouts, I say like 55 to 60, 50 degrees, 60 degrees. But so far, it's been fantastic. Like I said, you get all those flavors for the most part. I just would like to see a little bit thicker mouthfeel, but like I said, it's medium bodied in the mouthfeel. Definitely for sure a sipper.
Yeah, right. 12.5%.
12.5%. Yeah, I've had a few beers from Short Throw. Um, some of them have been stouts. I think the last stout one I had was it's like what's in my mug or something. It was like an imperial like coffee type stout. It was another collab. But yeah, Short Throw. I think Bumpy, you were saying that they do everything at like 12% or 12%. Like they brew for or distribute, I guess, or brew for other companies and stuff like that. But yeah, I've had IPAs and stuff from them and stouts, but yeah, I'm gonna try to keep on sipping on this one and see if I can pull any more flavors out. But so far, it's been fantastic. Great imperial stout. So
Yeah, sounds good.
yeah, delicious. So cheers.
Cheers, man. Cool. All right, so I'll pull myself back up. Puffy. All right,
I
so
muted myself because it might be my wife watching TV.
oh yeah, no worries, man. No worries. So for the Proclamation Ale Company, Slumber. So they're using Woodford Reserve barrels. Pretty cool. Woodford Reserve is definitely a decent bourbon. Good for the money. It's actually not as it's not as strong on the nose as I expected it to be. But I am getting like a decent amount of caramel, vanilla, dark chocolate, roasty coffee, maybe a little bit of like a woody oak. Definitely no, I'm not getting much of a ethanol aroma. But yeah, I feel like something like this, I probably should be getting more of a fuller aroma to it. But it smells good. No offensive aroma to it. What is that? Getting some feedback. Josh, did your fans just kick on or something?
Should I mute
Yeah, I
myself?
don't know what that was.
Can you
Yeah,
hear it?
it smells good. It smells like a barrel aged stout, but like I said, it's not as prominent on the nose. The aroma isn't really like jumping out at you like some of these other barrel aged stouts are. But it does smell good, and there's no alcohol burn on the aroma. But yeah, let's try this one out. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Okay, so I'm getting a little bit of alcohol burn. 11%. It's a little boozy. Um, this is right around room temperature. I've had it out for about 30 minutes, so I took it out of my mini fridge, so it's about, like I said, around like maybe 50, 60 degrees. Nice caramel notes, maybe a little bit of brown sugar, cross between milk chocolate, dark chocolate. The vanilla's there as well. This one's definitely full bodied. A slow sipper. I said roasted malts. A little bit of an astringent oak dry finish to it. It's good. It tastes, now that I say it, full bodied. It's a little bit thinner than I expected it to be. And there is a decent amount of alcohol burn with this one. But it's not bad. You get the flavors from the barrel. You get the caramel, oak, vanilla. We'll actually use vanilla. But usually bourbon barrels, they give off that vanilla. So I think vanilla is actually one of the more prominent flavors in this. Caramel, brown sugar. Maybe like a little bit of dried fruits. I wouldn't necessarily say it's raisin, but I'm getting some type of dried fruit flavor to it. Carbonation for a barrel-aged imperial stout. It's definitely a little bit more carbonated than what I'm used to. So it's about light to medium, going towards medium. Usually the barrel-aged stouts are a little bit less carbonation than this one. So it's not bad. Definitely a sipper. Pretty much is what it is. You know, Woodford, I wouldn't necessarily say that it tastes like the flavors that I'm getting from Woodford Reserve. But I mean, Woodford Reserve itself is just more of an affordable bourbon. It's good. Like I said, caramel, vanilla, some roasted malts, a little bit of an oak astringency. It's actually kind of sticky. I can feel it on my lips. It's got a stickiness to it as well. Yeah, I like it. I'll come up with a rating for this one. Would I see myself buying a whole 750? That's
Is there like
something.
a char? Is there like a char finish at all or anything in that when you're
No,
tasting?
not really. I don't think so. Woodford Reserve is just a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Yeah.
I think it's just from. So bourbon has to be from a new white oak barrel. So, but yeah, like I said, it hits the bourbon notes: caramel, vanilla, oak, the chocolate. Like I said, it's a combination between milk chocolate and dark chocolate. The coffee isn't really bitter coffee on the finish, so that is something to note because bitter coffee on an imperial stout sometimes I don't enjoy that much. I like when it's just like a little bit of a hint of roasted coffee, and sometimes it's a little too bitter, and sometimes it's a little too prominent, and it kind of throws the beer off. But the coffee is definitely well rounded, well balanced. I think they did a good job balancing out the beer. And yeah, next time around, I'll have a rating for it. I do enjoy it. Was it worth $10 for a little 12-ounce bottle? I'll keep checking on it, and I'll let you guys know. So until then, I'll pull up Bumpy, and Bumpy can throw up a
And we're
rating for this
live.
beer, and maybe a couple more flavor notes if he's got any. So cheers, Bumpy.
Yeah. No. My nose cleared up just a little bit, but no, it's still that kind of chalky chocolate, slight hint of banana on the aromas. Drinking it, I do start to notice it does have that chalky mouthfeel as well, kind of like their peanut butter one that they did, like that dry peanut butter. It's like this dryness, like chalkiness to it. It just lacks a lot of flavor.
Is there any sweetness at all involved in that beer, or not really?
It has vanilla extract in it, so you would think.
Oh, vanilla extract. I'm not using like vanilla beans, I guess, like Madagascar or anything like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like astringent or anything like that. There's that bit of roasted barley note in there, but it's very low chocolate. It's not even like a milk chocolate. It's just this kind of chocolate.
Like a baker's chocolate?
Yeah, maybe more like a baker's chocolate. It does have this finishing bitterness. The metallic note is starting to go away, but it just maybe because my palate's becoming accustomed to it. I'm starting to pick up more in the bitterness and the finish. No real banana notes to speak of in the flavor, and it's very, very light in the aromas. Uh, the body, like I said, is like a medium. It's got a softness to the palate, but it's also got this kind of liquid film around. I don't know if you kind of know what I'm talking about. It's like this very watered down, liquidy type feel, but then there's this smoothness to it too. Carbonation levels fine, being like on the lower side. I think that helps with the mouthfeel of this being such a medium, starting off liquid body. Yeah, I think overall, like if I was going to do my 50-point inspection, I'd probably land this one right around a 31 to 32, which puts it in the drinkable category. And yeah, I mean, it's balanced because it's not at any point cloyingly sweet and it's not too bitter. It does have the bitterness on the finish that does linger on. Can't really pinpoint what type of bitterness it is. It's kind of seems like it's in that kind of earthy toned bittering effect. But yeah, what would that come out to? Maybe for 100 points, it might be in the 67 range or so out of 100. Say right around there, maybe a little bit lower. But
Dang. You got burned last weekend too, didn't you, on that one beer?
Yep.
Blank. The pumpkin one? Was that the one you did last time? Was that a pumpkin?
Yeah, from White Birch. Yeah. I don't know. I don't have much luck with Smut Labs beers, so I try to steer clear of them. Every now and then they have something that comes out that's good. But yeah,
Not as good as Smutty Nose, right?
Well, the Smutty Nose ones are kind of the tried and true recipes. So when they get there, they're at least halfway decent usually. Yeah, this is pretty much a disappointment. It's not a drain pour. It's doable, but it's get more flavor out of Budweiser. So
well, at least you only got one can. That's crazy that you guys have. So you guys can buy single cans at like these breweries. Like the breweries around here, you have to buy 4-packs or bomber bottles and all that kind of stuff. They don't sell singles,
Yeah.
So you're kind of at your own risk. But
that's it. That's what I'm going to stick to.
All right.
It was much better on tap, so I don't.
Yeah, at least you had it on tap.
What did you give it for a number, Bumpy? I'm sorry, I was trying to.
I'm gonna give it like out of a 50 scale, like 31 to 32, right around there. So I was thinking maybe like anywhere from a 65 to a 67 type score.
Oh wow, that's low, huh?
Yeah.
So you would rate it like poor?
I rate it drinkable.
Okay.
Because when I go to the rating of pour, it's usually because it's going to be a drain pour. Like I just cannot stomach it.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
This is almost to that point, but
yeah,
it's not like it really. Besides that metal note I was pulling out, it's not like it has like super bad flavors. It's not like grainy. I hate it when I get grainy malts or hay malts mixed in with something that should be chocolatey or something like that. It's kind of like,
yeah.
This at least doesn't carry those notes. So
Now, those Smut Lab beers, I've had the peanut butter one. I know I might have had another one. I wasn't sure if I was impressed with it. What do you think about them?
the what?
They're
The
just
Smut
the
Labs?
Smut Lab line in general.
Yeah, I've had a few that I thought were fantastic, and I think that they did end up becoming Smutty Nose beers. Um, like I think one was like Kung Fu Gorilla or something like that. I don't know. There's some like cross mix between a Kolsch and something
Oh, so they
else.
experiment with them, and then they might turn into an actual.
Yeah, I think they see how well it does,
Okay.
and then they put it out. Which is why I'm guessing that, because I have seen beers that started off under one name under Smut Labs, and then you find the exact same beer under a different name under Smutty Nose.
Yeah.
And they no longer make it out of Smut Labs. So I think it's like their test pilot brewery type thing. But yeah, overall, I haven't been that impressed with most of the beers.
Yeah, the peanut butter one I had was, like I said, it kind of had like that chalky, powdery peanut butter,
Yeah, this has got a chalky mouthfeel to it too. So
which was unfortunate. But the aroma was like creamy peanut butter. It smelled wicked good. The aroma on that beer is really good. It's like A1, and then you taste it, and you're
like
wicked.
A1 sauce.
A1, awesome.
Soy sauce.
But yeah, I
Soy
don't
sauce.
know. They nailed the aroma, but then you try the beer and it's just like that chalky, powdery peanut butter, and it was definitely not. I'll drink the rest that I have, the other cans I have, but
Yeah.
I would definitely not seek out another 4-pack or whatever. The PB and Jams though, that peanut butter beer, you got to try that. When I get that over in my area again. I believe it's in March. So next month, I think they're going to be releasing it, and I would definitely have to get you a bottle of it if we ever meet up. I'll have to bring one of those to you, and you can try it out for yourself. So,
Yeah, I feel like peanut butter is kind of hard to nail down.
yes, it is very hard. Yeah, it's definitely one of the hardest
Banana
flavors to work with.
especially. I mean,
Yeah,
I've
banana
had
is like
banana stouts. I think that the last banana, it was like a banana peanut butter stout. It was from Equilibrium. It was good, but
yeah, the
hard to nail down.
I don't know. Banana to me isn't really too bad. I don't really mind like the banana runts flavor sometimes, even though some
Yeah,
people get like that candy banana, and I don't mind it. I don't mind. Obviously, I like the natural banana over the banana runts one.
yeah.
But
Most of them are all artificial banana
yeah,
type, flavor. I mean, especially peanut butter too. I think I had a Drecker PB&J chonk, which was just like a PB&J sandwich, but that's for another day. But yeah,
I don't know what that means, Lumpy.
If I can handle the party with John and Ellie.
Oh, Jay.
Well, who's the one that fell?
Who's John
asleep?
and Ellie?
Yeah, right.
Who's that guy? Never heard of her. This kid.
Cheers, Dio.
Cheers to you, Dio.
Thanks for stopping
And
by, man.
John and
Appreciate
Ellie,
it.
wherever you're at in this.
Appreciate you, Dio. All right, Josh, you got a rating for us?
I
Sure do.
All right, cool.
So, the Rooftop Money from Short Throw and Narrow Gauge. Yeah, I've been drinking on it a little bit. Starting to pick up a little more of that coconut, but it's very coffee, chocolate, vanilla. They said they use whole vanilla beans in there. They don't disclose if they're like Tahitian or like the Madagascar vanilla beans, anything like that. Dark roasted coffee, yeah, I get that. You get that milk chocolate. I'm kind of starting to pick up on the chocolate aspect. I'm kind of starting to pick up the kind of like a mixed between the milk chocolate and like the
Dark chocolate.
chocolate. Yeah, kind of like a dark
Yeah, I
chocolate.
noticed that a lot in certain beers.
I mean,
Minute.
Yeah.
Is that barrel aged?
No, I didn't say barrel aged.
No. Okay.
No, not barrel aged, but
All right. Well, with the
you would
barrel
think.
aged ones, I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting you.
Oh, you're good, man. You would think for 12.5% it might be barrel aged, but yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't say anything about barrel aged. It says imperial stout with marshmallow.
Oh, so that'll add some
Definitely not
sweetness.
getting too much marshmallow. Getting some vanilla, but I feel like sometimes marshmallow is it's kind of hard to pull out for some of these stouts. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
um,
Yeah, when they have a sweet adjunct like that, or not adjunct, would you consider that an adjunct if they add marshmallows to it? Right.
yeah,
Well, yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, anything that's not
What you normally put in beer.
yeast
Yeah.
or hops.
When they add when they add adjuncts like that, usually, like if it's bourbon barrel aged, to me, I'll get a mix of milk chocolate, some sips, and then like a dark bitter chocolate on the other sips, with like that caramel from the bourbon barrel. So maybe that's the same thing with the marshmallow for you.
yeah. I mean, there's definitely some sort of there's a little bit of creaminess involved in it, but I mean, it's not like I feel like I'm getting more of that from the vanilla beans. You know what I'm saying? And some of that
Yeah.
chocolate.
Yeah, that could be it too.
Because I mean, I feel like sometimes
The coffee.
marshmallow is
the
kind
coffee
of
could
hard
add
to
to
put
that
out
dark
sometimes for
chocolate,
some of these beers. Because there's, they throw all these different adjuncts in there, and it's like, oh, we got marshmallow and, coconut and chocolate and vanilla beans and like all kinds of stuff. And it's like, it's kind of hard to pick out some of those flavors sometimes because there's so many there's so many adjuncts in the beer.
And then you get one sip, you get all these other ones. Then another sip, you get different ones.
Exactly, and I mean,
That's what makes it complex, though.
Yeah, it's definitely complex, and I mean, there's sometimes people, if someone were to drink this, they might pull it out another adjunct that I don't pull out. You know what I'm saying? So it's all about people's palates are definitely different. Some person might drink this and they're like, oh, I get a lot of marshmallow, or I get a lot more, the coconut on this end, or that kind of thing. But yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, it's like I said, it's definitely a sipper. You can kind of see that look at that alcohol sheen. He definitely knows high ABV.
Yeah, right. Some alcohol legs on there.
Brownish, yeah, like that brownish hue to like the glass and stuff.
Yeah, mine's close to yours. Mine's 11. Yours is 12 and a half, right?
Yeah, you definitely get that warming sensation, kind of that alcohol burn, where it's not. It's a high ABV beer, like the pastry stout kind of thing. But it's crazy because some of these, they don't say they're barrel aged, but like, because I've had barrel aged beers sometimes, like stouts and stuff like that, and they're nowhere close to some of these non barrel aged, high ABV stouts, and it's like, how do you do it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you just throw a bunch of adjuncts and hype up the ABV and stuff. Because I've had like barrel aged stouts are like 10, 11, and then you get stuff like this where it's like 12 and a half, 13 or higher, non barrel aged.
Well, I like when they put how long it's aged for. It's like you put a barrel aged, and what are your actual restrictions on calling it a barrel aged? Does it have to be bumpy? That might be a good question for Bumpy because I have no idea. If you put barrel aged on a beer label,
I have no idea either.
Restriction of a certain amount of days.
No, because there's some that only put it in there for like
some companies don't.
like
they
3
just
weeks.
say it's barrel aged.
3 weeks. Yeah. Yeah, so you could toss it in a
Well,
barrel for a day.
They'll tell you what they're
right?
aged in. Like they'll be like, oh, it's aged in Willet bourbon barrels or whatever, or whiskey barrels or something like that for 12 months, and then we add Lard's apple brandy type things for another 12 months, kind of thing. But,
yeah.
Yeah, this one's good. Definitely coffee, vanilla, milk chocolate kind of mixed with that dark chocolate. You get that vanilla in there. I'm still kind of not really picking up too much of that toasted coconut.
Coconut.
But I mean, at 12%, or not 12%, 12.5% non-barrel aged beer, I think I only got a single can of this. So it's probably like $8 or $9. $8 or $9 for this single can. So, I mean, it's a little spendy. But score-wise, I would give it, I mean, I'll give it a 95. I really like it. I'd probably pick it up again. I mean, it's definitely one of those sipper beers. You know, you're not going to be. I mean, I guess you could slam a whole 4-pack of this in one night, but you'd probably regret it the next morning. But
Right.
I would think for the flavors that they're telling you they're in this beer, you definitely get all those flavors. It's definitely a higher ABV stout. It's definitely, in my opinion, a pastry stout. But so yeah, 95 for the rooftop money, the short throw narrow gauge collab. I'd probably pick it up again. Like I said, it's a little spendy. I mean, I just picked up a single can, $8-9. I think
About to ask you that.
$8-9 for that single 16-ounce can. But I mean, if you like that kind of pastry stout experience, you know, you like all those kind of flavors and stuff. Like I said, even if you're not like a big coconut person, like I like coconut. I know Bumpy's not a big.
I do.
I like coconut in stouts and porters.
I like coconut too.
Oh yeah.
I
No,
don't
you
like
don't like
coconut
you don't
in
like it in
IPA
like IPAs like
or pale
Sabro and that
ales.
kind of stuff. But I mean, yeah, this is fantastic. I mean, great sipper, great flavors on it. Like I said, you get that kind of that dark roast coffee, and it's not like the astringent. It doesn't have any like bitterness on the back end. The only flaw I would say is I kind of wish it was a little bit more thicker on the mouthfeel. But
Yeah,
that's just,
so you wish it was taller.
that's just kind of yeah, that's just kind of nitpicking. Because I mean, when you pour it out, it's like oh shit, this is a thick beer, and then you kind of taste it. I feel like there's a decent amount of carbonation to it, but yeah, all around it's a fantastic beer. I mean, it flavor wise, you know, you get all those flavors out of the description they're telling you on it, and yeah, if you get short throw or any narrow gauge, I've had some narrow gauge. They do a lot of IPAs, but yeah, definitely check them out. So if you see Rooftop Money, pick up a can and give it a shot. So cheers, Tanner. Cheers to the panel. Cheers to the chat. And
Cheers.
happy
Cheers,
Saturday.
Josh.
Cheers.
So now, what I should say to you is, right, if you enjoyed that and you think you should pick up another can, maybe you should pick up another can and try to age it for a little bit. What do you think about that? 12.5%. Now, does it have a date on it?
Yeah, I mean,
Did you say it
the
had a
only
date
thing,
on it?
I mean, to me, a lot of these, I mean, I guess you probably could age this, but I feel like sometimes with a lot of like coffee beers, I feel like if you age it too long, you kind of get that green pepper taste. Because I know I've had some bottles that I've aged that they were like, you know, like high ABV like stouts and stuff. They're very coffee forward. You age them for a year or two or something like that, and on the back end you kind of get that green pepper type taste to it. But I mean, you probably could age something like this, but I mean, you could do it for science, see what you get out of it. But like I said, I don't know
Yeah.
when this was canned. Like I said, it does, oh yeah, they do have it on there. November. So I mean, it's a couple months old, but I'm not sure how I'm not sure what it would taste like fresh. It might be the same thing, I mean,
Yeah.
high ABV, but I mean, if you were to age it till this like if I picked up another can tomorrow or whatever, and I didn't drink it till November,
2025.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it could be good. I mean, you could still probably get the same other stuff of Legends. There you go.
13.3. This one, I got 2 of these left. I'm gonna age one. So,
but yeah, I mean, like I said, sometimes those, in my opinion, I feel like some of the ones that have coffee in them, like sometimes you can get kind of burned, because you do get that green pepper taste to it on the back end, but it all depends.
Yeah.
So
Usually, if you drink coffee fresh, is when you get burnt.
hot coffee, exactly.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's good.
Cool.
So, cheers.
Cheers, man. Thanks for reviewing. Thanks, Bumpy. Appreciate you,
Yeah.
man. If I didn't say it when you were doing your review, so I'll toss myself up here. I'll come up with a rating for this one. It's funny that I actually I pulled that up because that's 13.3, and I am gonna age that one. This beer actually on the aftertaste kind of reminds me of the Stuff of Legend. It has a little bit of that Oreo cookie aftertaste. And I kind of noticed that with the Stuff of Legend. It's not necessarily like up front tastes like an Oreo cookie, but the aftertaste, the finish, kind of has a little bit of that Oreo cookie flavor to it. This kind of reminds me of that. Like I said, it's kind of sticky sweet, brown sugar and caramel, definitely very prominent on the upfront flavor. You get the vanilla. The oak actually isn't as astringent as when I got the first sip. When you sip on it, the oak isn't very prominent in the flavor on the finish. It's more of a sweeter milk chocolate vanilla barrel aged stout. It's good. Um, Going for it. It's definitely has a an easy drinking flavor to it, but it's not. It doesn't really burn as much when you actually start sipping on it, and it makes it a little bit more drinkable. I'm not necessarily getting that alcohol burn in the chest after the first couple of sips, so it's pretty good. I enjoy it. 11%. You notice it up front, but like I said, afterwards, it's really not noticeable. I think they did a good job creating a barrel aged imperial stout. All the flavors are there that you would get with an imperial stout, and it's a little bit more. Like I said, the carbonation was a little bit higher than what I'm used to with a barrel aged stout. But Proclamation, I think I was actually saying this in the was it? Did I say it in the chat? Yeah, I said no date, but their beers are really fresh. Usually, they go through product like crazy. So Proclamation actually sells out really fast of the stuff that they do. When they release beers, if they have like IPAs, double IPAs, they go through them quick, and that's why a lot of their availability says sporadic, because they brew stuff and then people buy it, and then they brew more stuff, and then so they don't actually have like set dates when they're gonna brew things. Um, but I believe this one, for the past maybe couple of months that I've been buying Proclamation, they've had this lumber. So I'm sure it's one that people have enjoyed and they're picking up often. So it might be one that they're going through quick and they're keeping it in their brewery. They're keeping it on the shelf at the brewery because I actually bought this at the brewery. Um, so I'm guessing that this is one that is pretty popular and people are going back and they're buying it. So the one that I have could be fairly fresh. Maybe that's why the carbonation was a little bit higher than most imperial stouts. I believe the last barrel aged imperial stout I had was the Stuff of Legend, which was the 2021 release. So it didn't have an actual date on it, but obviously that was made last year. And I wouldn't be surprised if they just recently made this within last month. It was probably made last month. Yeah, it's good. For a rating for this, I would definitely pick up a 750. This is a nice sipper beer. This is something that I could hang out off air with the beer community, Bumpy and all them. Um, so I would definitely pick up 750 for. I think it was like 750 for $20. If I wanted something that I could have a nice flavor to, I could sip on. Good ABV, 11%. Like I said, once you get past that little bit of that alcohol burn up front, you don't necessarily notice it after you keep sipping on it. So yeah, I would pick up another 750, hang out with them off air. So for a rating for this one, I'll give it like a I'll give it like a 97. And it does kind of remind me of the Stuff of Legend. It has a little bit of that Oreo cookie kind of chocolate and vanilla combination on the finish. It's not noticeable up front in the upfront flavor, but I definitely kind of get the same aspect like I was getting with the Stuff of Legend. So, and the Stuff of Legend was really good, and that was at 13.3%, which after you got through a little bit of that burn up front, it was easy sipping. And I feel like that's kind of how it is with a lot of barrel aged stouts. When you take that initial sip or you sip on it for the first couple of times, you get a lot of that burn. But after you keep sipping on it, you get more of those complex flavors. Especially this one, very well balanced. So what I say, 97 out of 100?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so 97 out of 100 for the Slumber. And yeah, I enjoy it. Like I said, I'll probably buy a 750. It will be a good beer to just hang out off air, or maybe if I'm just sitting around the house and I just want something that I can slow sip on and enjoy the flavors of, I would definitely pick it up again. So yeah, we'll do shout outs now. Bumpy, I think we'll pull up Josh. I'll let Josh do his shout outs because I'm not sure where Bumpy went. But. Oh, Bumpy, you want to do shout outs? You were first.
Yeah, go do Bumpy first.
Sure. I was grabbing another beer. I got to make sure I can taste things.
Yeah, right.
Oh, it's still early. It feels late. It feels like it's like 11
Yeah, it does.
o'clock.
Yeah, so for shout outs, on Wednesdays and Fridays, I put out my 50-point inspection videos. Those are my beer review videos based off of a 50-point scale. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is my live show called New Brew. There will be no stripper pole for the background on that. And it's to join up on panel, just bring a beer that you've never had before. And yeah, bring some questions too. If you're on panel or if you're in the chat, you can throw some questions. That would help me out tremendously because I do try to ask questions of the panel. Just to give them some personal time like this without being on the whole spread out panel where everybody can just free for all. So that's those shout outs. Let's see. Who else can I shout out? I'll shout out Bear Man. I haven't shouted him out for a week. Beer and Cheese Tuesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time as well for that on Beer Man's channel. This week, bring any cheese that you would like to pair with one of these three styles of beers. Fruited sour, a Munich Dunkel, or a black IPA. And he's got another show on Wednesday if anybody wants to bring that one up. Cheerios.
Cheers, Bumpy.
Oh yeah.
All right, Josh. You got some
Yeah,
shout-outs
that beer
for us?
just sucked. Yeah. I can smell the thing.
Tsingtao.
It's a Thai beer.
Tsingtao.
Sweet malt notes. A little bit of hoppiness. Smells a little bit like honey.
There you go.
Palate. This is Rate That Beer. You can do more than one if you want.
Yeah,
There you
it's
go.
got this kind of corny.
We're gonna go for another hour.
Malt sweetness. No, my palate and my nose is working perfectly fine. This beer just totally sucked tonight.
Yeah.
The beer's fault, not my face.
You got burned twice. I seen the one last
Yeah.
week. You didn't like that one either.
Yeah.
Not good. Well, hopefully next week you get it better.
Yeah, I'd rate this like a 94 out of 100.
The Tsingtao or
It's a
whatever.
Thai premium lager.
Now, where did you get that? I've never seen that before.
You've never seen this?
I've seen that. Yeah.
Well, they have it. The first time I ever had it was actually at a Thai restaurant in Concord, and then all of a sudden, like a week after I ate at that Thai restaurant, it started showing up in the packy where I grabbed my craft beers from. So I said, "Damn, grab a 6-pack of that."
Yeah, we got the bottle shop I go to. They just started getting this brewery out of. It says Japanese, Lebanese, and Nicaraguan inspired gypsy brewer. Shoho Beer Company. I think that's what it's called. I just seen they posted. But then for Bumpy, they also just posted. They got fresh shilling.
Yeah, I've had both of those. Yeah, the Alexander and the Land Beer.
Land Beer Dunkel.
Yeah.
Which
I can bring for beer and cheese.
Did you have that Dunkel, the rustic dark lager by then?
Yeah, I've had almost every beer from Shilling. Few of them a couple times.
I'm glad we get him around here. Although when you told
me that, throw up a rating for that Tsingtao.
Oh yeah, I said 94.
Oh, you said 94?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just really wanted to see if I could smell and taste, because if I couldn't smell or taste this, I'd be like
irrelevant.
Yeah, my whole scoring.
I have, dude. I'm telling you, sometimes I have the same issue. You know, sometimes I'll try out a beer and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just stuffed up. Maybe my nose is a little, you know. And then you try another one and you're like, nope, that beer just wasn't that good.
Yep.
So.
Well, that's it.
Yeah. All right.
I did. Yeah,
I don't know. I think there might have been one of the Smut Labs beers that I did enjoy, but I don't remember what it was.
I never had Smut Lab. I've had.
Yeah, if you can bring up like a picture of all the Smut Labs beers, I could tell you which ones I had, which ones I liked, which ones I hadn't liked. There was one with like a gorilla doing kung fu or something on the can art, and that was actually really good.
And that's the one that you said is. It
was like a hybrid. Yeah, it was like a Kolsch mixed with like a pale ale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that sounds actually pretty good. Yeah. All right, Josh, you got some shout outs for us?
Yeah.
All right.
So, I actually did a review tonight, but apparently no one could find it. Last Beer is my channel, obviously. I actually did a live beer review tonight, not too long ago, on the New Anthem Clapback Citra Double IPA. So search that out, because I looked it up actually. If you type in Clapback DIPA New Anthem, it comes up that way for some reason, but I don't know if it's still downloading or doing something like that. But anyways, so yeah, I'm going to start getting into the more beer reviews on my channel. Check out Philly Crooker 87 is my Instagram, where I do most of all my kind of beer reviews, if you call them that. Give a description of the beer kind of thing. Talk about what's in it and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, other than that, I don't really have too much going on. Like I said, I'm going to try to get more involved in the YouTube side of things. So, other shout outs. Check out Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, his Thursday night beer sessions at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. He reviews 4 beers, sometimes 3. Stout Sunday with John and Ellie, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Sunday. Get your stouts and porters on. Start the day off right. You know, you got Super Bowl Sunday tomorrow, so get it going right. And Leprechaun TV. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna kind of.
No, you're good, man. Because I'm gonna try to go over everybody else too. So
Yeah. So check out Leprechaun TV. He does his hot seat every Thursday night or a Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know he's got a lot going on right now, so not sure if they're gonna be there'll be a hot seat next Thursday, but yeah, definitely check out his channel, subscribe to him, you know, all that good stuff. But yeah, other than that, I think everyone can kind of cover their own stuff. I'm sure Tanner has some other people to probably shout out. Like I said, I don't want to go through the whole gambit of our whole
you're good, man.
community. Kind of let other people.
I'm throwing up you guys' channels so people can go sub to you. So if they.
But yeah, thank you, Tanner, for having me.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate
great
you guys.
show you got going on. Check out his channel. I'm sure everyone in the chat already knows. But yeah, cheers to the panel, cheers to the chat, and happy Saturday. Cheers. Look at that.
Sure,
look at that
man.
alcohol sheen. We got all kinds of alcohol sheen on there. Good beer.
Alcohol machine.
Alcohol.
So I just tossed up Bumpy's channel. Go give Bumpy a sub. Awesome dude. Always comes and hangs out with me when I have live streams when he
I
can.
like spicy Italian subs with extra hots. Thank you.
There you
go. All right, make sure you get him that sandwich. And yeah, definitely check out Josh. He just tossed up a live beer review.
Yeah, if you can find it. So,
you know, I'm always encouraging you to do live streams and throw up reviews. And even Bumpy and Josh, you know, I'm open to do live examinations if you guys want to pick up the same beer. Do a live beer review together. You just want to throw it up in group chat. That would be awesome. So I'm going to pull myself up here. And yeah, so as far as shout outs for me, I got some beer reviews lined up. I just got to edit them, toss them up on the channel. So look out for those. I also do whiskey reviews. I also do other types of liquor. I've been doing a lot of beer reviews because I've been hanging out with these guys and they drink a lot of beer. So, and I drink a decent amount of beer too. I'm not going to say that I don't, but you know, I'm enjoying hanging out with you guys. It's been awesome. So yeah, I'm going to have I got to do another whiskey review. I got a couple whiskey reviews lined up. So look out for those. If you guys watch my channel and you're looking forward to the whiskey reviews, definitely got to throw them out there. Thursday, we do brewery reviews around here. If you guys are familiar with it, if you haven't heard of it before, we do brewery reviews, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe next week we're going to do Rogue Brewery because Bumpy suggested it. And that's definitely one of the more popular breweries. And we're going to try to stick to the popular ones so we can get as many people on here and we can talk about a brewery together. We'll throw up a rating for a brewery. Bring a beer from that brewery. It could be one that you've already had. It could be a new one. I actually haven't had their Dead Guy Ale. So I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to talk about that. I'm going to throw up a rating for that beer. Bumpy, if Bumpy decides to join, you know, Bumpy will have a beer that from Rogue. I'm just saying in general, you know, so whoever's on the panel, they can bring up beer. You rate your beer, you rate the brewery, and then we'll average it out, and then that'll be the rating for the brewery that we had. And then Saturdays, we'll be doing another Rate That Beer, live community beer reviews. Yeah, just come on the panel. It doesn't have to be a new beer. And pretty much just hang out, talk about beer, discuss different styles of beer. Tonight we all brought imperial stouts, which is awesome.
There has to be at least one beer that's crap on panel.
Yeah, it could
That
be
was
that
me
too.
tonight.
If you got something that you don't enjoy and you want to drink it and rate it.
I sell Rogue. I sell Rogue beers.
Oh, really? You do? Oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
Does that
I
mean you can't purchase them?
I mean,
I was
I can get discount at the warehouse and stuff.
I was a big fan of their Bat Squatch.
Yeah, Bass Squatch sells really good for me.
Yeah, I like Bat Squatch. I think it's a really good hazy New England IPA. So that's it for me. Like I said, Thursday 5 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Come hang out. It's open panel. I wasn't really dropping it in the chat because we were having a couple of people just hop on and they weren't necessarily following the structure of what we were doing. Even though it's a little bit more laid back, we'd like to stick to at least doing beer reviews and talking about beer and keeping it a little bit on topic. You know, we don't want to get too off topic. We get a little off topic, it's not too bad. But yeah, we'd like to keep it on topic because that's what we like to do over here, especially with these live streams. You know, we like to talk about beer. We like to talk about different styles. As far as other people, Thomas Metal 75, go check him out. Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He does Wild Card Wednesday. Bring any malt liquor, malt beverage, liquor, or beer. You can bring malt liquor too. I know Josh's been diving into Cold 45.
I think that's my new Friday night.
Cold 45 for Wild Card Wednesday with Thomas. So yeah, go check him out. He's a cool dude. He was actually just doing a show, and John and Ellie and Brandon from Craft Beer Pours went and checked him out. So that's awesome. It's cool seeing this beer community get together and supporting something like that, other than Thomas's beer reviews, going and supporting what he loves to do, which is play music and play the drums. So that's cool. So if you go check him out and you're into that type of stuff, I'm sure he talks about it. So yeah, go hang out with him. Let's run down the line. Beer Man on Tuesday. No, Bumpy already said the Tuesday Beer Man. Yeah. Wednesday with Beer Man. It's I Like Your Style. And it is beers that are bready. So any type of beer that you can come up with, just be what's the word? Come on, guys, help me.
Breadomyces.
Be creative. Be creative. That's what Beer Man said.
If they showed slices of bread on the cover of the beer, I think that would work.
So be creative. Grab a beer that you consider bready. Go hang out with Beer Man. Open panel. And come on, review a beer with Beer Man, kind of like tonight. But he has a little bit more of a something that you go look for. That's why I call that I Like Your Style. So that's Beer Man. Go check out him. He's an awesome dude. He's always sharing my stuff, and I really do appreciate that. He's definitely a cool dude, just like Bumpy and Josh over here. Friday, go check out Food Friday with Alex Gushers.
I picked up Gushers today.
Yes,
so.
You heard that. Yeah. You heard that right? Gushers, like the little snacks in the little bags.
Fruit Gushers.
Some Gushers. Go grab a beer, maybe a sour IPA, maybe a sour ale or something, and go review a beer with some Gushers. You know, it sounds a little odd, but you know, I thought Chicken Big Macs was odd, but when you have a Chicken Big Mac, you realize it's pretty good.
The fruit roll-ups one work.
Yeah, do it. Bring a barley wine and do a fruit.
Yeah, right. Go do something like that. Be creative, like
barley wine.
But. And then who else on Friday? Anybody else?
JV's Hangouts usually goes early on Friday.
JV's Hangouts, go check out him as well. Jeremy.
I think he usually goes around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah, 7 o'clock. Yeah, Eastern Standard.
And
6.
Check out Ron Terrio. I know he does Fandango Friday. Is it Fandango Friday? He did that yesterday. Fandango. Yeah, sorry. Fandango, not Fandango. So check out Ron Terrio.
Fandango.
Anybody else? Other people that aren't doing live streams. FLX Beer Reviews. He was in the chat. Go check him out. Dan was the guy that I talked to. I hung out.
Yeah, I'm up to him. He's a
really cool dude. Him and his buddy Mike, they do beer reviews. Also check out Bang and Beer podcast with Anthony He does podcasts with him and his buddies. I think he's got I think it's 3 other friends, maybe 4 other friends. I'm not exactly sure. Is it 3 or 4?
3.
I know he goes a little bit earlier.
There's 4 of them all together. Yeah.
Okay.
Check out
He
Western
does
Mike.
a Sunday night-
Western
he does
Mike.
a
He has interesting topics about women.
Western Mike.
Don't shout here. Women
And,
don't exist.
yeah, we'll go through the chat. Thank you, Tommy Carroll. Bumpy Road Brewery. He can't get no satisfaction. So thank you, Tommy. Thank you. I don't know what that means. Bumpy might have a little bit more insight on that. But
Just because I
Tommy.
seem to always have shitty beers.
Oh, but thank you, Tommy. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us. We really do appreciate it. FLX Beer Reviews, like I said, go check him out. He's a really cool dude. Thank you for stopping by. Even while you were editing your videos, you took the time to stop by, drop a comment. That's awesome. Josh, Last Beer, commenting on the panel. Check him out for sure. Dio, Drunken One. Cheers to Dio. Find him on Food Fridays with Alex. I'm not sure if Dio hasn't really been doing much on his
Dio
own
hasn't
channel.
put out a video.
Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome dude. I love hanging out off air with Dio. So cheers to him. Polo Beats. Go check him out. He does some live streams here and there. Pretty cool dude. I think I met him through Super Duper OG, who does story films and stuff. And he does a lot of malt liquor videos, and he was doing some other liquor videos. Check him out as well, Super Duper OG, and that's how I met Paulo Beats. And Paulo Beats has been a pretty cool guy. He's been coming around and dropping comments on my live streams, and I think he dropped a comment on Bumpy's live stream before. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Those are the people that stopped by, hung out. Thank you very much to the panel, Bumpy Road Brewery. Thank you for coming by, reviewing a beer. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Josh for Last Beer. Go check these guys out. Awesome people to hang out with. Even if it's not live stream off air, we do have a good
Glad
time.
I don't have to drink this again.
Yeah, don't drink that. But yeah. So thank you guys very much, and we're gonna sign this one off. Thank you guys for stopping by, and Bumpy, you want to sign us out?
There you go.
This is Bumpy coming at you live from East Coast LQ Reviews headquarters. Signing out.
Cheers, everyone.